Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this step-by-step tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sketch a portrait in side view in a really loose way using ink and watercolor. Okay, the first step we need to sketching this portrait is to have some sort of basic structure underneath. So you can see on the reference I've got here, I've got a circle with 4 dots. So if you'd like, you can use pencil to draw that circle, but I'm just going to estimate a circle using those dots. So a dot at the top and a dot here at the bottom here, and that's the height of the circle. And then if we go about halfway, we can see that distance, and we go that same distance across. And we make the same distance across this way. Okay, now we've got a basic structure here. Let's start adding in the main shapes. So very loosely, hold your pen loosely, and we're doing these in long lines. We're just going to outline the beanie first. And we can see here that's the top of the head. The beanie actually starts about halfway between those 2 dots on that curve where the circle goes. Okay, so let's just outline where this would be. It goes out, and we can see if that's the curve of the circle there, it comes out quite far, probably to about here somewhere. So let's continue that out, and about just a bit past that dot, coming down, and then back towards it, and then around like that. So then we've got that outline of the beanie there, and we can come down to halfway between those 2 dots, down this way. Okay, do a little curve there, and then a gentle curve right down, and then a little curve. I'd say just past halfway, so if you get halfway here and you go down a bit, put a dot there. Let's go around here just to break that shape up. So now the face structure. So the next point we want is where that chin is. If we look at the reference, you can see that the chin comes out past the circle. So I can see it comes down from this point just slightly to the left, and then across from this point, almost making a triangle. So we've got the chin here. So we're just drawing a little loose line here for the jawline, and then at that point, just behind that point there, that goes up to the ear. So let's draw a line there, and then we know that back quadrant usually on the side of a head is where that ear is. So now we can draw that ear. It tucks in behind there, and I'll go into the face details in a little bit. Okay, let's work out, just go down, work out the rest. So now from here, about here is where that collar is. So just behind the chin, goes over to here, just below the ear. So let's draw that, and then it goes up. And then the neck, you can see the neck comes in from the back of the ear down like that. Okay, now let's draw this jacket here. So we come out below the chin, it comes out there, and then it comes down around there, and then here. That's just from observation. We can go down here. How far is that? So about half of the beanie will go down. And now let's draw a line here. Make it really loose, add some wobbles in it, and then it comes down actually to here. And let's just draw a line that curves like this. So we've got some simple lines in to see the structure of this portrait. Now that we've got some of the big shapes, if it was a front view, I would have probably done this line here. But because it's side view and the features are all along that line, it's a little bit more tricky. So now with the facial features, I use 4 dots again to structure the face. So you can see in the reference here, I have 4 blue dots there for between the eyebrows and the width of the nose. So we usually break up the face into 3 parts, from the hairline to the brow, from the brow to the bottom of the nose, and the bottom of the nose to the chin, and go down a third, put the 2 dots like that. And then halfway between the brow and the chin would be where the nose is. And you can see from the reference template that I've got here, it's at a slight angle. So now we have a structure to add in those facial features. I always start with the brow first, so let's just draw a very loose shape. It could be something like that. And then on this side, something there. Okay, it's very rough. Okay, now down to the nose. There's an angle here, so let's just draw the side of the nostril here. And then the bottom of the nose, let's just draw the end of the bottom of the nose, imagining how far it comes out. So there's a bit of an angle there, and then it comes down like this. And we want to draw that end of the nose. So I'm just going to draw a straight line there, then we come up at a bit of an angle, and then let's go back again. And come all the way up, draw that whole outline of the nose to between the eyebrows, just a bit lower than the eyebrows, about there. Okay, if you're not sure, sometimes just do a little line and then have a look, and then draw the rest of the line, have a look, and then leave a little gap. You can draw another little line like that. Okay, so we've got that basic shape. We can add more detail to that later. So but at least we've got the bottom of the nose. We'll add the nostril in so we can see a little bit more here what's going on. So the nostril will be 1 line like that, and then 1 line down, and maybe a little line there just to show you where it's going. So it's usually 2 lines. This one I think 3 lines would be. And then we'll do that nostril. It comes into that point there. So go down a little point. So now we have the bottom of the nose, and we can see those three sections I was talking about. From where about the hairline is, we go down 1, 2, and 3. This bit is slightly longer because his mouth is just open a little bit. Now you've got those two features, you'll be able to place the eye a lot better, a lot more accurately. Between the eyebrow and the bottom of the nose, you go up 2/3. So mark it here. Okay, and then the width of the eye is about the width of the nose, which is hard to tell in this side view. So we're just estimating from observation. So I think it's about that wide. Just comparing it to the nose, probably about this part of the nose. How we do the eyes, we can just outline some of those shapes. So we'll do the inside, go up, and then back down. Just make sure the eye isn't too wide open. Okay, and don't draw the eye too big. So we've got one up, one diagonally down, and one across here. Down, make sure we've got that eyelid there. So the eye comes down like this. Now we don't add too many wrinkles, but just on that around the eye, I would add just a few lines, maybe 3 or 4 lines coming out from the eye there. But see that? See, just a few lines and a few dots can help with that. And the forehead line, where are the main lines? This 1, 2, 3 is just a little portion of the eye here. Now for the mouth. So the mouth, same with the eye, we can go up 2/3 to the eye between those 2 points. With the mouth, we can also go 2/3 up between the chin and the bottom of the nose. So it's about here, we go 1, 2. So it's about 2/3, or you can think about halfway, just up slightly, usually that works. And then I've got that height, and I'm moving my pen along, and I can see that the side of the nose is here, and about there is the corner of the mouth, just to the right of the side of the nose. And now where does the opening start? So I'm looking at the eye, bottom of the nose, opening starts about there, at a slight angle. So a little eye line going up, a little line going down, and then a little line like that. So we've got the gap of his mouth. Now we can draw the outline coming down. So we have the lip comes up like that, and then comes down like this, coming there, and it angles back, and then we have that silhouette of the chin. Okay, it's looking a bit strange right now, but we're making our way into the details. Same up the top here, it comes out a little bit like that, comes in, and then it goes straight up to that point where the beanie curves around the head. And if you like, you can add some lines to details to those eyebrows. Now let's do the beard. So if we have the side of the eye here and the ear here, about halfway between the two is where that hair starts to come down. So you can just draw a couple of lines like this. I wouldn't draw a straight line here. Let's leave a gap. If you like, you can follow that way the hair goes. So the hair actually goes this way. So instead of drawing a line, we're just drawing these little hairs to show the direction that we're coming down there. And then from the corner of the nose, the corner of the nostril here, we've got that line that comes to the corner of the mouth. So come down there like this, just draw that there. And now let's do the same thing, outline this part of the beard, okay, and then around this corner here. We can do the same thing on this side. It doesn't need too many lines because with the watercolor, we're going to make sure that it looks different to the skin. You can add a lot of hair here if you like. Another important area is under the lip here. So here, some lines like this. And then of course, if you feel like you need some inside the beard there, you can start adding them in there. Okay, I can see it slowly. The features and the details is worked in. It's coming alive there. You can add dots here for little freckles. Okay, so we're adding the glasses now. Okay, so with glasses we start always in the middle. I like to start in the middle anyway. Come down that way, and it cuts just in the middle of the eye there. And then now let's join them up, and then there's a little bit of dark detail in there with there like that. Now how far would it come out? Because of foreshortening, this next lens would be shorter than this one. So don't measure the same here out to there. It'd be too much. Angling the same as this one, and then come down back to the bridge of the nose. Now that I'm happy with the glasses, now I'm going to go back and do the iris here. So all we're going to do with the iris is just put a little line here like that, and you can darken in parts of it. Let's go to the beanie and draw some really nice lines here around this detail. I'm not doing it accurately, just making something up there that shows what's going on. Top of the sweater, and there's a really nice wrinkle here. This seam that comes down here, and there's a button, and then this wrinkle here. We can go in here like swoop in and then cross over the line, swoop in, cross, and what else can we add? Don't add too much down here. The straps to the bag. Okay, so we come in there, and it's about the end of the beanie there. Come in like this, and now one line just following some of those shapes. This takes a bit of practice to do that kind of, and we don't need to make it accurate. You could just do a loop and add in the buckles there. And then we come in this way, get the shape here, outline that shape of the strap, and then next strap here like this. And then we can also add some loops there. That's pinching direction. Okay, so to start the sketch off, let's get some burnt sienna, and perhaps we can leave a small tiny gap for the eyebrows there. But it's okay if you're not perfectly within the lines, just a tiny bit around the mouth there. Now let's get cadmium yellow, lock in that. Simple as that. Cadmium red. You can leave little white gaps, see, like that, and that shows where the highlights are if the light's hitting. Okay, we've got Payne's grey. Keep it mostly white, just a little bit. I'm trying to keep this very simple, the watercolor here. We can add a second layer of a bit more contrasting, or a bit more saturation. So we have burnt sienna, and I might just add a bit of rose or warm tones here. There around the nose as well, here. So a few marks. And then we've got yellow, cadmium yellow. So we can add that, something going in there, and then right in the middle. And then around this cadmium red area, that's alright, just to add some interest. I'll wait for that to dry again, and let's add the shadows next. I've already got a purple lake that I'm going to use, that I like using on portraits. So there'll be a little bit shadow this way. It'll come down about there. Okay, and then there's also shadow underneath this ear and the neck here. In here, right in the eye there's quite a bit of shadow. And then the bottom of the nose, we can see shadow there. And let's draw, see, this is all in shadow here. Make sure that looks dark there like that. And where else is shadow here? Cuts across like this. Just a bit of shadow there. So I'm using my Posca pen here, and this is a fine tip Posca. Okay, so if we do a couple of little lines here, I just like these traps there, and over here too. You can do a little bit on the button. I don't have too many areas here to do highlights, but I did want to do the eye. So I hope that tutorial helped you. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you went and if this was helpful. If you want to learn more, the best way is to join my Patreon, because I've got the full real-time version of this tutorial there with the reference and the template, which you can download and print and use to help you sketch this. We've also got a great community, wonderful community. In the chat, we post our sketches and we encourage each other. You can vote every week to help me choose which reference to do as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.